And down here at the 6 o'clock position on Metropolis, we have our red Zerg player. It is, I don't know, I'm willing to just start calling this guy the creator of the universe, but I guess Nesty and Flash battle for that title. It's TSL HyuN. This guy's won 12 weeks in a row. His opponent here at the 12 o'clock position is our blue Protoss player from the team MVP, the guy who on Twitter said that he would be the person to come in and take down HyuN. It's Finale.
So our starting map is Metropolis.
Yes, it is.
This is interesting. Historically, guys, I mean, I like this map from Protoss perspectives who like to go for big plays. It's a big map, which is, you know, not so great for that. But here's the thing. Finale really, really likes Warp Prisms. Mm-hmm. And Warp Prisms are really, really good on Metropolis. I mean,
they are.
We've seen the most, one of the coolest things, actually, is I remember a game, it involved MC, it was a PvP. You can actually put the Warp Prism like right on the edge, of course, and with this map, it's so safe to do it. You can put the Warp Prism on the edge, walk units from the low ground, and unload them on the high ground. Yeah. And it's in like an incredibly good position, especially on Metropolis. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts about this map for PvZ?
I think you're exactly right. I think that Protoss players can sometimes fall into the trap of thinking that, oh, because there's destructible debris here, I can get in there a little bit too aggressively with a big 2-base play. But I love the Warp Prism plays you mentioned before. There's so much open space. You really have to be good with Overlords to make sure that all of this is covered. And then even usually then, there's still places that you can drop in and make sure to disrupt your opponent.
Good with Overlords. Some funny words.
Yeah.
HyuN gets the hatchery, but yeah, as I was saying, some HyuN-y words there you chose to go with because HyuN is really good at Overlords, guys. Like, a lot of people, you know, you take your Overlord and you're like, I wonder when they're going to take their third base. This is actually one of the things I realized when watching his earlier series versus Life. HyuN doesn't put Overlords over top of people's bases, for instance, guys. He always puts them on the very, very edge of the perimeter where that Overlord can just barely glimpse the expansion. And this makes it that when you go and take an expansion, your opponent doesn't know that, oh, you know, a Finale's taking his third. He's not like, there's an Overlord floating right over my third. I know that he knows, you know, that this is here. I'm expecting a link counterattack. No, it's really, really one of the fortes of HyuN's playstyle as we see that he is going to be taking his third base at this moment.
Yeah, no real surprises. I mean, this is everything we'd expect to see. He's going to take his third base. Finale has not taken his gas yet. We'll see, you know, after he takes his first two, does he decide to wait, get +1 weapons? Does he decide to go up into a very aggressive, well, actually, that is kind of interesting. We'll see here what he plans to do from here on out. Oh, the Zergling still gets in, and it's going to get a pretty good glimpse around this base.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, it's not really going to be able to do all that much, but the scouting information, realizing the gas timings, I mean, take a look at the Overlord positionings right now for HyuN.
Yeah.
He would not know when these gases are going down, but yeah, I mean, it's nothing too surprising. Ooh, there is a third gas going down. Will the Zergling manage to see that? That's definitely noteworthy.
Yeah, that's just what I was about to say, because you probably heard that I was giving pause there. I was like, okay, so there's no gas that's being taken yet. This is really weird. It's because he's taking 3 at the same time. Yeah. And this is going to be a decidedly different approach, and he's going to have 50 gas done just about the time that, you know, Cybernetics Core finishes up. I guess he'll have a little bit more than that, but we'll see how quickly he decides to prioritize out that +1 weapons. Back on HyuN's side, everything's looking a little bit more normal. He's got another round of drones coming up before he's going to put up gas, or so I would imagine, and everything should be just hitting on all cylinders from there on out. But Finale, I'm keeping a close eye on this.
Yeah, so this definitely could be something like a Stargate play. That's not out of the realm of possibility with a quick transition then into Robo. You're going to need a lot of gas to make these tech switches. We see he's going for the Stalker right now. That's really, really common. But you do excuse me, if you were to, for instance, just go for Robo from here, that's also possible, but there is the Stargate I was expecting, because his Robo-based plays actually, I mean, he tends to just play pretty standard, go for, you know, the 2 gas and then ramp up to the 3rd as you drop down some gateways. Things like a 6-gate are almost completely out of the question with how fast those gases were. So the Stargate, not a big surprise, probably going to pop out a couple of Phoenix here. Void Rays are a potential possibility for some sort of all-in, but expect a couple Phoenix, some Harass, and then a shift into Robo, and maybe even the Twilight as well.
Yep, that's right. As the question will be, of course, how much damage does Finale want to do with this at the beginning? Because if he's just going to do a little harassment, pin his opponent down, take a nice third base, go up into his Robotech, get some sentries out there, and just kind of play the traditional 3-base strategy, things will be all right. Sometimes short toss players can fall into the trap of a bit overcommitting to this. Look at that. We actually do have a Void Ray starting right away. That'll help pick off a few of the Overlords that are around, but of course, it'll necessitate a pretty strong response from HyuN.
Having a flashback right now to that series we saw the really, really heavy Stargate play into Dark Templar the other day.
Oh, yeah.
That was quite unorthodox.
Yes.
But Finale not going for anything of that nature, guys. We do see the Robo, the Gateways. He's going to be dropping 3 of them. Sentry tickling the Overlord to uncontrollable laughter. And
yeah,
our Voider is about to pop out. But here's what I'm wondering right now, Finale, really strong 2-base all-ins. Is that what we're going to see? Void Rays, I mean, they tend to lean a little bit towards that, but by no means does it mean you have to go for that play.
Well, the Void Ray has obviously revealed itself. There are 3 more gateways on the way, so that 4-gate +1. But look at this. It's immediately going to swap into an Immortal Timing, and we'll see what he does with this.
Wow.
Oh, so he shows Stargate and just immediately swaps over into an 8-gate. No, okay, did he just finish one? Yes, he did. So it swaps into an 8-gate Immortal All-In. Whoa. Okay, so Finale trying to get started on a strong foot here, but ladies and gentlemen, this is all in as all in gets.
I love that he started with this Void Ray, too, because this is not, look, going over the past games, HyuN has obviously reviewed these. Having known his opponent for a while, he's like, let me watch his recent PVZs. This is not a play that Finale's done in his games before going for this Stargate Void Ray. So it's throwing HyuN probably a little bit off, and here comes the big trademark all-in style that we're used to seeing out of Finale in his PVZs. He's going to have a ton of sentries, guys. Expect more than 15 sentries here out of Finale. 2 Immortals as well, and then a Warp Prism with serious reinforcements with these 8 gateways. It is his trademark PVZ. It's extremely potent, and I'm really anxious to see how HyuN's going to be able to deal with it.
He's making 100 lings. That's how he's dealing with things right now. Well, he's going to be up to 71, 77 now once these lings pop. He's got +1 attacks for his ranged units, and it looks like he wants to try and shut this down before he can ever get off the ground. And he is going to surround a lot of sentries. That's going to force out a bunch of force fields, and the circling's still close. That is a disaster for Finale. He just lost every one of those sentries, totally cost inefficiently, and this attack getting shut down right away.
That is not a maneuver you can have happen to your sentries, guys. Finale, I mean, he's all but dead at this stage. He threw away, we had about 700-800 gas between the Immortals and all those sentries. Okay, so this might be a quick wrap-up here. We're going to see HyuN is going to be barreling down the doors. Finale has to hold this pressure off and extremely cost-efficiently as that. HyuN is on 3 bases, 130 supply. Gateway's getting ready to fall. Countless lings ready to stream in the door as soon as it does fall. Force field goes down. Very nice force fields, mind you. Going to hold out this lings and let these Zealots do as much damage as possible. That's
right, but now he's just trying to fight back the tide. Looks like he did get a Void Ray down to kill this hatchery on the left-hand side. So fortunately for him, he puts a stop to the subsequent 4th base follow-up here, but HyuN really has nothing to stifle his production. He's got 17 more roaches. He just needs a few more injects, and he should be able to just replenish with 1,000,000 units here in a second. Now, of course, Finale really hasn't lost anything in the way of economy. So his quote-unquote, 8-gate all-in is still ready to go here in just a bit if he wants to. The problem is that HyuN's going to have so much time to start staging up units that it's going to be very difficult for anything to get off the ground, especially as those sentries, which are designed to attack with nice full energy, are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point to make, Kevin. All these sentries fresh off the block. HyuN, the other thing, HyuN didn't really lose anything in that engagement where he killed all the sentries. It's okay to lose all the sentries if you take down all the Zerg forces with you in this style, because you're so all in, you'll actually still win in most cases. But Finale killed nothing when he lost all those. Maybe 7 or 8 Zerglings for 7 or 8 high gas valuable units. So guys, HyuN's just kind of dancing back and forth right now to 160 supply, waiting for an opportunity to close this game out. And actually, you know what? No, he's just going to shift out of it. He's going to make 10 drones, an infestation pit, and wow, HyuN deciding he's going to counter Finale's all-in style with just really fast units and catch Finale, off guard.
Worked exceptionally well so far. Now, Finale still certainly could win a big engagement, do economic damage, all that sort of thing. And but the problem is that HyuN is heavily favored now. He's starting to make his way around. Good force field placement once again does cut off a lot of these units and allows the Immortals to get a bit better engagement. But now that the Roaches are starting to surround all of the warp gates and production starts to come under fire, things are going to get a lot more difficult. HyuN's doing a nice job of splitting up his forces. He's attacking here up at the front at the same time that he's doing economic damage around the back. And now that worker's killed has gone up another 10. So damage is being done. Finale's doing a wonderful job of surviving in this game when lesser players would just be dead, dead, dead. But HyuN's just following this up with so much tech, so many powerful units that it's still going to be a very, very rough day from here on out.
No, you're absolutely right, Kevin. Finale now down to 74 supply guys, having to evacuate his probes from one extractor to the other as he's just trying to minimize the amount of damage that is done. Finale can't believe that he was caught so off guard. I mean, honestly, so much of it comes down to that point, and as the Zerglings stream into the main, so too will the GG drop.
All right, so HyuN, this guy's pretty good, everyone. He's already up to a 1-0 start here, so congratulations to him, our 12th time reigning Fight Club champion, showing that he has no signs of weakness, at least to start. Man, I can't believe Finale just lost that so easily. He was looking so strong looking at his ZVP before. As I said, I don't think, however one-sided that game might have looked, I feel like a lot of it came down to just those sentries being caught out of position. So, well,
I'm just saying, man. We were talking about it before, and he's like, HyuN can't lose. And I'm like, Finale, it's looking really good. So, I think HyuN takes game one is where I'll leave it at.
I agree with you.
Game one.
That was a disastrous first engagement for Finale, though. So,
yeah.
Oh, it was a little hard to watch, but because we know Finale, he's got very good control. He's very adept at his all-ins, and we would expect to have a little bit more resilience as we go along. Game number 2 is going to be on Entomb Valley, though. We are going to run to a commercial break, and a couple of things. One, the most important one we want to reiterate is that our friends at Shootmania are actually giving away a bunch of tickets to IPL 5. If you want to sign up for one of those tickets, head over to IGN.com/IPL5 promo, and it's the number 5, so IGN.com/IPL5 promo. And we also want to encourage everyone, obviously this is the month of esports. There's a very awesome tournament that's coming up this weekend, actually, in Texas, put on by the Texas esports folks, the Lone Star Clash. So Lone Star Clash 2, actually. Hope you guys will check that out. Awesome player list, awesome caster and personality list, so do check out that tournament. Threads everywhere on Team Liquid. We're going to run to a commercial break, and when we get back, it'll be time for game number 2.